Alright, welcome to my second KATAKURI video. I'm going to be going over the deck I'm going to be using for this video. It's the same one I used in my last one, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. But I'm going to quickly run through this in case you haven't. Starting off with 4 copies of Cracker. Really strong card. This card being a 4/7 on your turn and a 4/6 on your opponent's. Really strong. Pudding, being able to search for Big Mom Pirate or Sanji. I actually needed a searcher, super needed. Lin, strong, again another strong card. Giving yourself another life and taking away your opponent's. Strucin is it's a good card. It's a 2k counter, plus it helps a lot in the late game. Say if they got a 1-cost chopper or a 1-cost Beige, you can just clear out of the board and go straight for life. Shirahoshi, being able to draw 3 cards will give you a card that you need for sure. Also playing its trigger, being able to play this card for free, and you get to keep your 5 dons for something else. Really good. KATAKURI, just a strong card in general. Getting rid of a blocker or getting rid of a problem to your opponent's life. Beige, just a 2k blocker, and its trigger being able to freeze an opponent's attack for the turn. Really strong. Sanji, just another blocker, and its trigger. If you get this, usually I try to play Sanji at the bottom of my live cards, searching around with KATAKURI. Because late game, if you manage to pull a Sanji, then you can save your turn and your life. Amanade is really just a 2k blocker. Charlotte Perspero and Randolph, they just both strong vanillas. Brule, just a strong blocker, and the trigger being able to play it, really good. 7-cost Linen, being able to get rid of an opponent's card or them giving you another life, it's a hard decision to put them in, especially since you're playing yellow. Thunderbolt is just a strong card. You can get rid of any nuisances. And playing this from your life, you don't have to pay the cost for it, so it's really good. Now let's get onto the games. Alright, so game we get a Zoro. Let's see what the Zoro game is like. We get a decent hand. I'm gonna keep it. He starts off with a buggy standard Zoro opening. To be fair, nothing else. I draw 2 and then nothing to really play here, so I'm gonna call it a turn. Since we're going second, we've got a curve. We got a pretty good curve to play to our 10 cost really quickly or really early. Puts 1 on his Zoro, goes straight for leader. I take it because I got a Cracker in hand. I really want to get my Cracker out. He plays his Curly Dadan. Let's see what he searches for. Okay, I bring out my Cracker from here just to start establishing some presence. But his Dadan and Buggy I don't think are going to be quite harmful just yet. Until I have 6 next turn. As for a 10 cost on curve, I have got 2 Big Moms in hand, which is really huge. So he plays an Izo. So Izo, he goes straight for my KATAKURI, and I get another Big Moms, and I have 3 10 cost Big Moms because, you know, why not? I'm deciding if I want to block this because I could block this with Randolph or Amanade, but I think I decided to take it just to see what I get, and I get another Randolph. How am I playing yellow with no triggers? Like, come on, what the hell? Alright, so then he goes for it. I decided to block this one with my Randolph because I don't need 2 Randolphs. Draw. And then I've got 6 now. Since I'm low, I'm going to attach 1 on my KATAKURI and go try clear board now. Try to get rid of that Buggy. I'm saying because Buggy doesn't get affected by slash. My KATAKURI is a strike, so it's fine. I don't know how I got another trigger here. No triggers. Then I want to put a few, put 1 on my Cracker. Go for 7. See if we can get a double attack out. Gets guard point, which is fair. And then I can play 1 Sanji from this. So now I got some sort of defense. And I've got my KATAKURI and my Cracker. So I've got 3. Somewhat, I got 2 to 3 big hitters, you know. I say 2 to 3 because my Sanji isn't really a hitter for now. Oh, but he plays his Otama and Marco, so he combos my Sanji out, which, I mean, fair enough. At least it wasn't my Cracker. But now he's got a Marco on the board, so it's gonna be kind of scary. I have 1 turn to deal with this Marco, or like 2 turns really. So I've also got 4, 5, 6k counters in hand, so I've got these, and I got a Thunderbolt too. So I could just Thunderbolt his Marco next turn, which, you know, isn't the worst thing in the world. Alright, so he goes 5 to 6. I mean, it's gonna take that. I don't lose anything from it. I don't think he realized my Cracker's got an extra 1k because I've got less life cards, which is good. And then from here, I think I want to get rid of his So this one's got no block because I want to put a decent chunk on my Katakuri. I play my Thunderbolt. I get rid of Stenson. Okay, and I think he's gonna go for the Marco effect. Get rid of something and bring him back. I think he's getting rid of an event card. Gets rid of Guard Point, which is pretty big actually. Brings back his Marco. And then I'm gonna put 2 on my Katakuri and then 4 on my Cracker. I think I did this to scare him because he's like, if he saves his Marco now, I can get rid of his Marco again. And I got another Lin in my life cards. I'm pretty sure there's been 3 Lins in my lives, which I get. I mean, it's pretty bad and pretty good because now I have 3 turns where I can just play 10 cost Lin over and over again, which is kind of funny. So I got Katakuri into my Marco. Katakuri into his Marco. So I'm trying to scare him. They're like, okay, if you save your Marco now, I can go for it again. So he gets rid of his Marco, see if he wants to do it, doesn't save it. I go Katakuri straight into life. He's not blocking that. I'm taking 2 life cards. Boom, boom. This Cracker is a very nice card. I actually quite like this card a lot, but I think I might go down from 4 to like maybe 3 or 2 because I can see what else I can put in there, but maybe some more triggers. I can finally get some of my life. So the board presence is quite interesting because he's only got Don, Aizo, and Otama. Whereas I've got Cracker and Katakuri. So he can't really hit me for big. But we'll see how it goes. Since next turn I think I should have my 10 cost Big Mom. So I think that should be okay. I can get rid of whatever in his life. He plays a Makino. Boosts his Aizo. So now I think Aizo's got a decent chunk. From here he's probably gonna take 3 big hits, so it's 7 to 5, and I think I have to block this. Well, I think I can let this one go. Wait, I think because if I don't, then either that, then he puts everything on Zoro and he wins, so I have to block this. So then he's gonna do the same thing and put everything some on his Dadan. He's gonna put a little bit on his Dadan and try go for it. 5 to 5. He could have put more on his Dawn. If he puts any more on his Dawn, then it would have been kind of a bit risky. So then he puts everything on his... Oh, he doesn't put everything on his Zoro. Okay, I would have thought he put everything on his Zoro. Okay, I just blocked that too. Easy block. And now I have 3 Lins. He plays his Marco. He plays a blocker Marco. Alright, that's what he was saving his stuff for. So he's got 1 left, and I assume that's for Guard Point. So from here, that Marco is a blocker, so I need to kind of establish my defense a little bit. So I've got Thunderbolt, which I could use to get rid of his Marco. Then obviously if he comes back rested, I have 2 attackers to take him out. But I also want to get rid of Makino, so I could Thunderbolt. If he comes back, I get rid of it with Katakuri, and I can get rid of Makino with Cracker because I don't need Makino boosting up his Aizo again. Because if I get rid of Aizo, he can boost up his Otama. So, you know, either way, it's kind of like best to just get rid of Makino instead. So I think from here, I'm going to play my... I think I play Thunderbolt and I just try to get rid of a few things. Oh no, I play my Lin. Okay, so I play my Lin to try to establish a board. But maybe I should have tried to establish defense. So I go Cracker into Makino, see if he wants to block that. So I get my Lin, I get a life card back, and I get rid of one of his. And I think he lets Makino go. There's no reason for him to really save Makino. And then I think I get rid of Aizo though. So I get that, and then I go for Aizo. And there goes his Aizo. Easy. So now from that, he's only got Curly Dadan, a Marco, and a Zoro. Whereas I've got my Katakuri and Cracker and a Big Mom now. And my Charlotte Lin. So he plays his Buggy. See what he searches for. Some sort of event. He drew a Fire Fist. Okay, and I think from here he's gonna play his Fire Fist, but it's okay because I still got my Lin in hand, my Charlotte Lin. All right, so he plays Fire Fist. So let's see what he does. I mean, he decides to get rid of his Fire Fist. Apology. He drew Fire Fist, and then he decides to get rid of his Fire Fist. He doesn't play at all. He thrashes it, and then he just decides to forfeit, and that's game. All right, on to our second Katakuri game. Against the green-purple Doffy. Oh, this hand is okay. I've only got anything to play early, to be honest. So I'm gonna keep it. I still got for late game. I got Cracker for 4 curves, since I'm going second. I think I go second here. Yeah, since I go second, so I can play Cracker on curve, so it's not the worst thing in the world. So I draw, and I've got nothing to do here, so was gonna go for an attack here, but I realized my first turn, so like I forget. I'm still learning the game. You know, make mistakes happen. Alright, so he plays his Nami. That Nami, he plays a film Nami. No trigger. I was hoping to get some sort of trigger. How am I the only person playing yellow with no triggers? It's crazy. So from here, I can play my cracker since it's 4-4. Or I can play my pudding to search for something and then go for 3 on my Katakuri to take a life, which I think should be the optimal play since it's 4-4 right now. No reason to play cracker, but I think I try bait out a life. But even though okay, it's kind of obvious I'm going to play something with a 4 cost if I'm just playing my Katakuri raw. So then I play my cracker. Since I'm low on life, his effect doesn't really get triggered. So I think there was a misplay. I should have put 3 on my Katakuri and played a pudding. Or played pudding first and then with 3 maybe I could have played something else. Maybe a brulee. And then still gone with Katakuri. So he goes 5 for 5. I take that, get a Randolph. No trigger again. 5 for 5. Linden, no trigger again. He plays a block Utah. Okay, what do I want to do from here? I think I'd try get rid of that Nami as fast as possible, but I made a mistake and I don't do that. Spoiler alert. I put 1 on my Katakuri to get 7. I go to get and then we might top life. No, another Lin, which I don't need because I already got 10. I already got a 10 and a 7 in my hand. I don't need a Lin. So he blocks it with his film. Utah. He plays Punk Gibson and rests my cracker. That's unlucky. I just play my Sanji as a blocker and I call it a turn. So he goes his Nami onto my cracker. I block with my beige 2k blocker. His Doffy. No, but block with his Stucent. Yeah, I think maybe I should have played the other one since he's got a blocker, but I don't think Utah is a 1 blocker regardless. I block it again. So now I've got Sanji, Katakuri, but now he's also got 2. So he's still got Punk Gibson and Spiderweb to play with, right? He's got so many cards in hand. I need to move my camera so you guys can actually see the cards, the enemies. I need to fix the placement. But regardless, he's got so many in hand right now. So from here, I think the play is trying to get rid of the Nami, but because he's got 2, he's probably going to play another Punk Gibson if I try go for it. So I try searching with pudding, see what I can get. I think from here I can only get my Katakuri or Prospero, but I choose my Katakuri instead. Now I've got 2 Katakuri just in case he wants to do anything. Any shenanigans later on. I could have played my Katakuri and got rid of the whatever blocker earlier. To be honest, I think I kind of misplayed this match. I should have played my Katakuri earlier. So now I've got 7 in hand. I know if I go for an attack, he's just going to Punk Gibson or Spiderweb, but if I save for later, he's going to do the same regardless. So from here, I should put 2 on my cracker and go for a Nami, but what I should have done is I put more on my cracker, because since he's 8k, if I put 1 more, Punk Gibson doesn't go over, doesn't tip over, doesn't trigger. I could be 9-9 and I still win. So what I should have done is put 1 more, and now my Sanji's gone too. So now over from here, what I could do is, I play Randolph. Okay, what I should have done is gone for Katakuri and taken out the Nami, right? There was no reason for me to play Randolph. I could have played 4 on Katakuri and taken it out, because Randolph doesn't do anything for me here, whereas I could have gotten rid of a Nami instead. So that's what I should have done instead of playing Randolph, because Randolph doesn't give me any value compared to getting rid of a Nami, because I think I try to save my. I think this is where it kind of went downhill. So I go for my Katakuri. I think I go to my. Okay, so now I go to my Sanji, because Sanji is a blocker regardless, so I don't lose much going out, losing him. So his purpose was to just take a hit, which it's doing. Yeah, so I get rid of my Sanji, I let him go. And then his Tesoro goes on my cracker, which I want to save, because cracker is very. I need a hitter to start taking out some of his stuff. His Doffy goes to my cracker now, so another 2k, which I don't think I have, so I just have to let my cracker go, unfortunately. Draw. I have another Sanji in hand, but do I want to? I could play my 10 cost Big Mom and start shredding life. He's also got 3 active dons right now, so he's got enough space for 1 Punk Gibson or 1 Spiderweb. So I put 3 on my Katakuri and try go for life. I see what I pull up, and I'm going to keep my beige on top just in case for the next turn. But what I should have done is gone for the Nami, try clear board with my cracker, to be honest, but I knew he would have blocked it regardless. So over here I play my 7 cost Lin. Let's see what it does. It gives me a life, very nice, and then I save it because I can't really do much else. I can't really attack Randolph because he'll just block it. So I am down quite heavy right now, but I think I can come back from this. If I was to play my Katakuri a bit earlier and get rid of a Nami, then maybe I could have done something. So I get a 2k counter from life, which is very, very good. He gets rid of his Bueno Festa and plays another Tesoro. He goes 6-5 onto life. I could block this. I get my beige and I freeze. I can freeze one of his characters, which is good. And I think I freeze the Doffy from here. Yeah, so his Doffy can't attack. So because otherwise he probably could have ended. So he goes straight for my leader with his Yuta. I get out a Lin. So Lin, I got 2 10 cost Linlins in hand, but I haven't really got a defense to guarantee my play for them. So what I could do, since Lin gives me a life card, I could play 1 Lin and threaten, or I can play Sanji and just try establish a defense. But I think Katakuri might be the best play here. I could play Katakuri and get rid of something, but would I get rid of if I was to? I'm thinking hard here because I lose next turn. I play my Sanji as a blocker, and I'll play both my Sanjis to establish some sort of defense here. I go for the Katakuri into Nami. He's a Luffy. He doesn't need that Luffy. You know, I've dealing with enough already. He can take that Luffy later on in life, and he just blocks this with his Utah. Or what I could have done is gone for life, but he still would have blocked with his Utah, right? But then he would have been down to 2, and now he would have just had to survive 2 rounds next turn, because then I have 5 hitters to get in 3 attacks. Or with Spiderweb is also another active as well, so now I refused. So then there's no need for me to go for the attack because I know he's going to get rid of it next turn. But maybe since he has 2 more left, he could have played another Punk Gibson or whatnot, or another Spider, which is what I was scared of, so I didn't want to risk it. So he goes for his Nami onto my leader. Gonna block this, and with a 2k, so he's still got 5 more hitters that I have to get through. I can block 2 of them, which means I have to deal with 3, and I don't think I have enough because he could just put everything on his Doffy and end. So he goes for a 7. I need a 3k. I use my blocker. 7k, I use another, and then I think he just puts everything on Doffy and ends this, right? Because unfortunately I didn't have much to deal with it.